Not that sort of crack, obviously. I mean, not that I would have, or not that I wouldn't, but I just meant like you make me laugh, with or without stuff, you know?
The time with postpartum.
Yep.
And we both had preeclampsia.
Oh God, can you believe we both had that? It's so rare.
It's so rare.
And so scary.
And so scary. And in the quiet, you're still trying to show up for people. And in the quiet, you're still just trying to show up mostly for your children.
Yeah.
Hold on to your seats. This isn't just gossip. It's a bombshell. Prince Harry has reportedly reached his breaking point, and it's not just media pressure this time. According to royal insiders, leaked recordings, and even a former legal advisor, Harry may have accidentally revealed something shocking. All those rumors, the online speculation, it turns out there might be truth to them. Sources claim Meghan Markle may not have carried either of her children, not Archie, not Lilibet. Instead, there were allegedly surrogates involved, possibly multiple. This isn't just a wild theory anymore. It's shaping up to be a full-blown scandal.
I've been pregnant for way too long.
To be quite honest,
before you dismiss this as old news and keep scrolling, hold on. This isn't just a repeat of the 2019 Bumpgate scandal. This time, it's serious and deeply personal. A woman, who we refer to as DL, has broken her NDA, and not with a vague social media post. This is a full-scale royal scandal, bigger than anything we've seen before. DL isn't just claiming she was a surrogate. She's alleging she's the biological mother of Archie and Lilibet. That's right. According to her, this wasn't just a standard surrogacy arrangement. She insists her DNA is part of the royal bloodline, and she's no longer staying quiet. She says she has proof, not just rumors, online gossip, but concrete evidence, legal documents, financial transactions, hospital records from Colorado, and even emails from Harry's own team. None of this aligns with the picture-perfect story Meghan and Harry shared with Oprah on Netflix. DL claims she was promised two things in exchange for her role, secrecy and payment. But instead, she says she was completely cut off, ignored and treated as if she never existed. This isn't just a rumor. It's a bombshell that could rewrite everything we thought we knew. Just when you thought the story couldn't get any wilder, here's a shocking twist. DL claims that in 2018, a mysterious middleman connected to an exclusive Hollywood fertility clinic reached out to her. Everything seemed professional, polished contracts, strict NDAs, the whole deal. The agreement was straightforward: carry the baby, deliver the baby, and then vanish without a trace. But here's the kicker: things didn't go as planned. Instead of...
So at the time, Archie Mountbatten Windsor was born May 6, 2019. And this was surrounded by controversy, largely to the unconventional decisions Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made.
Here's where things get even more unbelievable. Instead of gratitude and payment, DL says she was completely erased, like she never existed. No follow-up, no final compensation, no contact whatsoever. Meanwhile, Meghan was busy posing in high-end maternity wear, showing off a baby bump that eagle-eyed fans insist looks suspiciously unnatural in certain clips. Think that's an exaggeration? Those controversial videos are resurfacing, and this time, forensic specialists analyzing every second in detail. Take Archie's birth, for example. Unlike typical royal births, there were no hospital steps photos, no immediate release of a birth certificate, just a carefully crafted announcement and a few polished pictures where Meghan looked effortlessly flawless, as if she just stepped out of a wellness retreat rather than a delivery room. At the time, supporters said they just value their privacy. But DL claims that wasn't the case at all. She says the secrecy was a deliberate cover-up. According to her, Archie was actually born 2 weeks earlier than the public was told. Every stage photo, every official moment, DL insists it was all fabricated. She says her name was scrubbed from every legal document, hospital records, discharge papers, everything, as if she had never been involved. Why? Because, as DL tells it, Meghan couldn't risk the truth getting out. If people discovered she hadn't actually given birth, it could have thrown the children's royal status into chaos. And honestly, she might have been right.
Well, hello, hi, congratulations, thank you.
This is a bombshell. If Archie and Lilibet weren't born from Meghan's body and there were no formal surrogacy disclosures under UK law, boom, their royal status could be revoked. Yeah, it's that serious. Royal rules are clear. Lineage must be legitimate, verifiable. You can't fake your way into the Windsor gene pool. The monarchy doesn't care how famous you are or if Oprah's your BFF. You follow the rules or you're out.
Before 2 p.m. yesterday, Buckingham Palace announced that Meghan had gone into labour. Then, 40 minutes later, confirmed the baby.
Here's something that makes you go him. Remember when Meghan's name suddenly disappeared from Archie's birth certificate? Officials brushed it off as a clerical error. But now, with DL's explosive claims, insiders are questioning whether this was actually part of a much bigger deception. DL insists she was completely erased from the records, and even Meghan's own name was minimized to divert attention from the truth. And what about Harry? Sources close to the situation say he's in complete turmoil, barely sleeping, constantly fighting with Meghan, and compulsively scrolling through social media because, deep down, he knows the scandal could unravel everything. Even in his memoir, Spare, Harry suspiciously avoided any real details about the births. No dramatic delivery room moments, no emotional labor stories, just vague, carefully worded statements about fatherhood. Now, readers are going back through those pages with serious skepticism. Was he genuinely respecting Meghan's privacy, or helping maintain a carefully constructed facade? The more we dig, the more questions arise.
Children. Other royals have been born at Portland Hospital.
Here's where things get really interesting. Meghan has completely disappeared from the public eye. No glamorous events, no adorable social media updates, no sit-down interviews. Nothing. The Hollywood crowd that once fawned over her? Total silence. This isn't about throwing shade, it's self-preservation. Nobody wants to be associated with what could become the most explosive royal scandal in modern history. Even Buckingham Palace has gone quiet. Not in a gloating way, but in complete shock. Because if these allegations are true, we're not just talking about a tabloid scandal. This could shake the monarchy to its core. Forget minor royal embarrassments. This involves two royal children whose origins may have been misrepresented. Every claim Harry and Meghan made about transparency, breaking traditions, and rewriting the royal rulebook, it could all have been an elaborate act. DL insists she never wanted to cause this firestorm. All she wanted was recognition and resolution. But being completely written out of history pushed her too far, and now she's armed with documents, photographs, and electronic records to prove her case. If her story holds up, the consequences won't stop with Harry and Meghan. Legal teams, palace officials, even government authorities may need to step in. This isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a potential constitutional crisis in the making.
At Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, or whether he was indeed born at the Portland Hospital in central London.
Here's where the scandal could reach its breaking point. The second those documents become public, we move from speculation to hard evidence. And when cold, hard facts enter the picture, all those carefully crafted excuses start falling apart. Legal experts are already weighing in, and the implications are staggering. If DL's allegations are proven true, Harry and Meghan could face serious legal consequences. Breach of contract, fraud, even perjury charges if official documents falsely listed Meghan as a biological mother. But beyond the courtroom drama, one glaring question remains. Why go to such lengths to hide the truth? Surrogacy isn't scandalous. Plenty of celebrities, from Kim Kardashian to Nicole Kidman, have been open about it without backlash. So why the secrecy? Why construct an elaborate fairy tale of moonlit home births and picturesque newborn moments in Montecito? According to royal insiders, it all comes down to branding. The Sussex's public image was meticulously built, modern royals effortlessly balancing tradition with relatability. But a hidden surrogate in Colorado? That cracks a facade. It doesn't fit the narrative of Meghan as a hands-on, Earth Mother royal rebel. Instead, it suggests calculation, a story shaped for maximum public sympathy and marketability. Now, with DL ready to reveal everything, the carefully constructed illusion could collapse entirely. And if it does, the fallout won't just be legal. It could redefine how the world sees Harry and Meghan forever. Here's the real problem. Meghan has always been obsessed with controlling her public image. Think about it. The perfectly posed maternity photos, the emotional Oprah interview where she clutched Harry's hand, those dreamy floral backdrops for baby announcements. If DL's claims are true, then every single moment was carefully scripted, a performance designed to manipulate perception. And now, people are starting to notice. TikTok investigators are digging up old footage, pointing out glaring inconsistencies. Meghan's baby bum mysteriously shifting shape, collapsing inward, even disappearing entirely in certain clips. That viral video where she stands up and her stomach folds like an empty purse? It's resurfaced, and this time, even major news outlets are paying attention. Then there's the royal protocol, or rather, the complete lack of it. No traditional Lindo Wing hospital appearance. No signed birth certificate from the royal doctors. Just carefully curated PR releases. Back then, fans dismissed it as modern parenting. Now, it looks like a deliberate cover-up. And what about Harry? Public sympathy for him used to run deep. The grieving son who lost his mother, the war veteran searching for love. But if he knowingly participated in faking a pregnancy, that changes everything. He's no longer the tragic prince. He becomes an active participant in one of the most brazen royal conspiracies in history. For the monarchy, this isn't just embarrassing, it's potentially catastrophic. If Meghan didn't actually give birth to Archie and Lilibet, and no legal surrogacy paperwork exists, their place in the royal succession could be in jeopardy. Not because they are unloved, but because in the rigid world of royalty, legitimacy is everything. And right now, that legitimacy is hanging by a thread. This scandal is now reaching the highest levels. Even Parliament is paying attention. That's right. Government officials are watching closely, waiting to see whether this royal fairy tale holds up or completely unravels. Let's be clear. What happens next could change everything. If DL follows through with a planned tell-all interview and reveals those documents live on air, the entire royal house of cards could come crashing down. Insiders suggest she may appear on camera within weeks, possibly before Parliament even returns to session. And this won't be some glossy, Netflix-style production. No, this will be raw, unedited, and packed with evidence. Picture it. DL sitting calmly but firmly, placing one damning document after another in front of the camera. Oh, a signed NDA with Meghan's team. Oh, a hospital bill from Archie's birth date, listing her name, not Meghan's. Oh, emails and text exchanges. Oh, wire transfer from the Sussex's private trust account. Oh, a flight manifest proving she landed by private jet while the world still believed the official birth story. One revelation after another, until there's no denying the truth. Meanwhile, Meghan's team is scrambling. Her lawyers are working around the clock, preparing defamation lawsuits, scrutinizing every document for weaknesses, and trying to undermine DL's credibility before the bombshell drops. But if those papers are real, this isn't just a scandal, it's a reckoning. And once the evidence is out, there may be no way to put the pieces back together. DL's legal team isn't backing down. They're daring Meghan's lawyers to make a move. Their stance? If DL's claims are factual, this isn't defamation, it's truth finally coming to light. Meanwhile, Harry's closest allies are reportedly pleading with him to address the situation head-on. According to one source, his friends have urged him, just admit it was about security. Say you believe this was the safest path. That might be his only shot at damage control, because if they keep denying everything and then concrete evidence emerges, this won't just be a scandal. It'll be a full-blown betrayal of public trust. But let's be clear, this isn't just tabloid fodder. Legal scholars are calling it a constitutional earthquake. Once doubts are raised about the legitimacy of royal heirs, the monarchy doesn't just risk embarrassment, it risks total upheaval. Behind the scenes at Buckingham Palace, aides are scrambling to contain the fallout. Their carefully worded statements, "We trust in the monarchy's integrity, official documents reflect the truth," are less about defending Harry and Meghan and more about containing the crisis. They are treating this like contagion, hoping to minimize the spread. Yet historians agree, this is uncharted territory. The royal family has survived affairs, secret children, and bitter divorces. But alleged surrogacy fraud involving the line of succession? That's a game changer. And that's why this scandal isn't just explosive, it's potentially revolutionary. Once the genie's out of the bottle, there may be no putting it back. Here's the terrifying question now haunting royal watchers. If this deception happened once, could it have happened before? Podcasters, historians, and even serious journalists are suddenly asking, has another royal secretly used a surrogate while pretending otherwise? The damage isn't just about this scandal, it's about broken trust in the entire system. When DL's interview airs, complete with photos, emails, and legal documents, Brace for complete media chaos. News vans will swarm palace gates. Legal analysts will dominate every TV channel. Twitter will erupt with hot takes, while TikTok detectives dissect every frame. Some constitutional experts are already suggesting radical reforms, like requiring medical proof of future royal births. Just think about that. For centuries, the world accepted royal announcements on faith. Now, that trust is gone. The public demands verification, not just for Harry and Meghan, but for every royal child moving forward. Public opinion is shifting fast. Harry, once seen as a sympathetic rebel trapped by tradition, now risks being viewed as a willing participant in royal deception. Even Meghan's stauncher supporters are questioning, what else hasn't been revealed behind those picture-perfect social media posts? For the monarchy, this goes beyond embarrassment. If Archie and Lilibet, completely innocent in all this, were used as PR props while their true origins were concealed, that's not spin. That's systematic manipulation. Is there any way back? Possibly. DL's team has hinted they consider private mediation. No cameras, no leaks, just honest discussions with Harry and Meghan. But time is running out. Once those documents go public, there may be no undoing the damage. The monarchy's future could hinge on what happens next. Here's the crucial crossroads they face. A simple acknowledgement that something wasn't handled properly could let them save face, without a full confession. For Harry, this might be his only path to redemption. Protect his children while showing he's willing to face consequences. But Meghan? She might take the opposite approach. A high-stakes televised interview, complete with dramatic music and tearful close-ups. She could even produce doctor's notes on new evidence to defend herself. Here's the problem. If DL's claims are true, if the real birth mother was kept secret even from medical staff, then no amount of new documents will end this. At most, they'll fuel more suspicion and scrutiny. So where does that leave everyone? A DL's evidence could trigger both a royal crisis and legal consequences. Harry must decide, keep defending the story or finally tell the truth. Meghan has to choose, take control of the narrative now, or lose it completely. Or the monarchy may have no choice but to implement new transparency rules to salvage its reputation. The public is already making up its mind, because this scandal isn't just about pregnancy rumors. It's about trust. Trust in the royals, trust in the stories we're told, and trust in whether power and privilege are being used to hide the truth. Once that's broken, there's no easy way to fix it. This is about more than rumors. It's about reality. If the Sussex's story was fabricated, if their image as relatable, vulnerable parents was constructed while another woman carried their children, then they didn't just build a PR empire. They crafted an elaborate royal fairy tale, one that's now crumbling under the undeniable proof DL possesses. What comes next? Or will Harry and Meghan retreat into silence? Will Parliament be forced to intervene? Could Netflix reconsider their lucrative deals? Or will DL step forward, face the cameras, and declare, this is a real story? One thing is certain. Once the truth comes out, it won't fade away. This scandal won't disappear quietly, and neither will the questions it raises about deception, privilege, and who really gets to control the narrative. Because when fact replaces fiction, everything changes. And this time, the world is watching.